Kiyan's story speaks loudly to any young person who wants to know who's this young guy on the game, who is this man? I've never heard of him playing the Premiership. Who is he? Who's Kiyan Prince? Well, his life was cut short, and his life was cut short by people who believed that carrying knives is the way forward, and he was destined to become a great. And people with that mindset have stopped us, the community, from seeing our greats, from seeing people with great potential, from seeing people's journey in life. All of our journeys are important, but we need to be able to go through it so we can understand who we're destined to become. And we're not being given that chance because people carry knives. Kiyan's message speaks that story so loud and clear that even the deaf can hear. And it allows them to be able to see, well, if this is how deeply I'm ruining my community, and then there's an organization attached to this young man in the game that can help and support me, and they're saying they can make me successful if I'm willing to go through the process, because there's a process for everything. And a lot of young people have been sold a lie. If we chase money, if we sell drugs, then we'll get there quickly. And we're teaching them that what you reap, what you sow is what you reap. And what will happen is you will find that the things that you're focused on, you will get in life. If you're focused on hurting people, that's what's going to come back to you. If you're focused on producing greatness within you and practicing your craft, you are going to get that in return. And we want to be the source of support system for those young people to beeline to when they're thinking like, do you know what? We now see where we're going wrong. We now know where to go to get right. Kiyan Prince Foundation want to be that organization that young people go to when they're thinking about education and employment and life skills, and when they're thinking about, I need to heal my hurts, depression, when they're thinking that they got PTSD, like post-traumatic stress syndrome is in so much of our youths because they're seeing the violence, they're experiencing the violence. It's all over WhatsApp as well. There's no escape. But these things have got no place in a young child's life growing up, and when they get traumatized by all this, and we don't understand the effects of this on young people's lives. So, Kiyan Prince Foundation want to be there to change that. So this whole impact this whole project, the impact that it's having is allowing us to have a reach that we wouldn't normally have. It's also allowing the public to hear about this story and the power of it so they can say, we want to be involved. We like their vision that they want to create a center, a holistic center, because the government are saying they don't have a solution and they're quite happy to just report the news of dead children. But the Kiyan Prince Foundation are incensed about these children, and we want to be able to do something. So the way we do it is set up a center that hasn't happened yet, so we can roll out our model. We can demonstrate that it works. We can show the changes that it makes, and then we can replicate that over again in other communities. So this is what the doors it opens up for us, and it allows the world to know about it. And I think we're going to raise the million that we're looking for from this campaign to be able to open the center, get moving, get the people with lived experiences on board, get the people who are skilled in therapy and understanding how to resolve and heal the hurts of people, and just move forward. The press could do with changing the narrative. It's not black on black crime. It's not a certain demographic. Everyone is in danger if they're not willing to make the changes in this whole pandemic with knives. We're talking about pandemic with COVID. There's a pandemic with knives and our children being killed, by other children, and adults carrying knives. So, it's a fine example to our kids when there's conflict going on in the streets and adults are pulling out knives as well.